If you feeling like a pimp.
Oh, that's a dope.
Oh, it was. It was the Warsaw Ghetto.
Dude, that's a dope name for something. Ghetto Uprising?
It was the Warsaw Ghetto.
That's the fucking...
No, it's a dope movie.
Yo, no, you should make that into your comedy album.
The Warsaw...
Or your comedy...
the Warsaw Ghetto? I'm coming from the streets of Warsaw Ghetto.
Wow, bro. That shit will be fire, though.
We ain't drinking no champagne, eating on gelato.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they
fuck these Italians.
So like these
Geppetto.
Jewish, you know, like because they were like just lining dudes up and killing them and putting them in trains, and like these dudes were like, "Yo, they're gonna kill us all, so let's just fight back." So imagine if you're in the hood, okay? Let's say you're what hood did you grow up in?
East Harlem.
Let's say you're in East Harlem, and all of a sudden, fucking some lunatic Nazi takes control of the country. They're like, "Yeah, we're gonna." They just start shipping Dominicans and blacks and all types of ethnicities out of the hood, and you know they're killing them, and everyone was out together and like, yo, they're gonna kill us. That's what happened. So this whole ghetto, because that's by the way where the word ghetto came from. Did you know that?
No.
The word ghetto came from the Jews being put into ghettos.
Shit, I didn't know this.
Yeah, because the Nazis.
Is this real? Are we recording?
This is 100% true. The Nazis expelled the Jews from wherever they lived, and they put them into ghettos.
Are you sure ghetto came from?
100%.
I mean, that's weird to say. It's dope as fuck.
It's sad.
I said that with kindness in my heart. I didn't say that like.
No, I get it. So they put us all into these encampments, into these ghettos, and they figured out like, yo, we're not getting out of here. They're gonna kill us all. So they amassed as much arms as they could.
How did they get arms?
Because
but two, hold on, and two, oh fuck, I forgot. Go ahead. How did they get arms?
Prior
that was hard.
Prior to the Nazi fascist party coming into power, Germans, like Americans, had weapons. They had guns, they had rifles, they had means of defending themselves. When the Nazis came into power, they made guns illegal.
Yeah.
Hold on to your guns, folks. But they made guns illegal, and so guns went underground. So these, you know, we're not idiots, Jews. So they found ways to get guns through the underground, and they amassed arms, and they fucking built a defense around the ghetto, and they tried to preserve their lives.
Any major...
The fighting, I heard, lasted there for a month and a half before the Nazis, who had tanks and bazookas and fucking the most high-tech weapons of the time, couldn't fully destroy the uprising for like a month or a month and a half.
Who was do you know any major leaders
of the
uprising?
I really, and I should.
You should look that up,
I should
bro.
know it.
That's fire, bro. I never heard of this.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny? It's interesting because you hear some shit like this. You're like, how come this is not talked about?
Right.
Why is this not talked about?
Well, because
I never. What it seems like, this is from afar, right? And if I hope I don't offend you, but it seems like you guys, they make it look like there was nobody fighting back.
I know. Well,
isn't that interesting though?
Well, listen. The truth is, they killed 6 million of us, and approximately. And for the most part, we didn't really fight back. It's one of the hardest things to face as a Jewish person, to know. Because, like, in my head, like, I'm not a tough guy, okay? But I'm not a bitch.
Yeah.
And if I know you're going to kill my friends and my family, you're going to have to kill me first. So I'm sure there were people like myself who stood up and died. But for the most part, Jewish people in society in that time of Germany and Europe, they were very, like... subservient, not subservient, but like very.
But also, when you're committing genocide, it's a systematic plan,
right?
To wipe out an entire race. So, like for instance, Hitler took his inspiration from the Turks when they were trying to wipe out Armenians.
The Ottomans.
Just like 20 years prior.
Correct.
You know, so there's a plan.
Well, there was
that
the
they put
Armenian
into
Holocaust.
Yeah.
How many? They like 2-3
It was in
million,
1915.
right?
1.5
Yeah,
million.
and that was completely denied. In fact, it was only just recently recognized.
Yeah,
so let's give
literally
a shout
this
out
year.
to Ani Mush and the Armenians who were
Shouts
also
out.
decimated. Listen,
by Hitler?
No, by the Ottoman Empire.
The Ottoman Empire,
It was,
which
you know,
was
like
Turkey at the time.
the end tip of a crusade. It was the end of the crusade. Yeah.
Somebody told me, I don't know who it was. Might have been our friend Chris. Are you Armenian? And he was like, don't you ever fucking... Like he got... somebody got upset when
You
I
asked
Yeah,
somebody...
like Armenians and Turks aren't really
But I didn't know that...
You asked
on good terms.
You asked a Turk if he was Armenian?
Yes.
Who's Turkish?
I think it was Chris. Isn't Chris?
No, Chris is Greek.
Greek. Who
Yeah,
the fuck was
Greeks are against the Turks.
You were there. I could have swore you were there. You were like, hey,
I think you
and then-
asked him if he was Turkish.
and then you,
And he
Oh
was,
yeah,
and
he would
was-
be probably
he
offended
asked,
by that.
No,
if
you
he's
asked
Greek.
you asked Chris if he was Turkish, and he's Greek, and they're also
Oh, makes
and
sense.
they,
His
and
name
they
is
got
Chris.
hate for them too.
well, they also
Well, the Turks were dicks. I'm assuming because they.
Yeah,
well,
they-
the Ottoman
At the
Empire.
same time, they also were trying to kill the Greeks.
The Ottoman Empire was the Muslim empire that basically controlled the entire continent at the time. And that was through, mass exterminations and stuff like that. But anyway, you said that you never heard about the uprising. That's because
that's crazy.
Jews are framed in society.
But do you think that maybe Jews or people? I don't want to say it's going to come off wrong. They want to control how they're viewed. No, right? Like, so
it's
like
about Jews controlling.
Oh,
the
I know. I
fucking
didn't want
media.
to. I didn't want to phrase.
They want to
I know,
control
I was-
the way they're viewed.
and maybe they didn't want they didn't want there to be something like they were committing violence as well.
You mean when the uprising happened?
Yeah, like they didn't
No,
want.
At
they
that
didn't
point,
want
it
that.
didn't matter anymore. That was like it was the death.
I'm talking about after though. Like
After
they
no,
were like-
after you found out about these stories, the people who didn't want
How did people find out about the uprising?
Because
what
people
happened at the end?
survived.
Oh, they survived.
some people, very few people survived. Maybe they escaped, but for the most part, everybody was.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
How accurate? Because people's stories are different
right.
after surviving some shit like that. you
Okay.
know? How accurate do you think? How much of that is embellished? How much of it is real? Like, you know what I mean?
Listen, I wasn't present for when it happened. There's no way I can. There's no way I can tell. I can tell you that my grandmother and my grandfather, 95% of their family was murdered at the end of World War II when they finally escaped. My grandmother, who came from a family of 15, she had, I think, one sister and a brother left, and the brother was so fucked up that he killed himself when he got to America. Like he escaped. He ended up making it through the whole Holocaust and couldn't deal with the
trauma,
and the PTSD that he had from it. That he blew his fucking head off.
Some people can't sleep. They go into mania because that's all they.
And honestly, I think it's almost as difficult living in New York City these days.
Amen.
Okay, what's today? What's your Jewish holiday?
It's Shabbat.
Shabbat? No. What's the?
Is there an actual holiday?
I thought it was
Is there?
A Jewish holiday this week?
Is there?
Let's see.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Because I went. Oh, you know what it is? It's the new month. Because yesterday it's Shavuot.
Oh.
So because the Jews go based off a moon. So our calendar starts whenever there's a full moon. So yeah, 2 days ago was the beginning of the month. I only know this because I took my beautiful non-Jewish girlfriend to my rabbi. We had our first meeting with the rabbi.
Oh,
Yeah.
the first official one.
Well, we had gone. I took her to temple a couple times. She met with the rabbi by herself. And
By herself.
Yeah.
Was this when he told her that you guys aren't supposed to live together?
No, I knew that from a couple other Jewish men who are also outsourcing
Oh.
families.
So, you told me earlier that you haven't talked to your girlfriend since Tuesday.
Yeah.
And yeah, we live in the same house.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Tuesday we went to go speak with the rabbi, and we had a conversation, and basically it's going to cost me like $10,000.
What?
Yeah, it's going to cost me about $10,000.
So what?
To make her Jewish?
To convert? Yeah, well, you got to get a new catalytic converter. You got to get all new fuses. A catalytic converter. That's what we
Good
need.
one. That's a good one. That was a good one. A catalytic converter.
I just
That's a
know.
good one. That's a good one, yo.
Yeah. So we got her a catalytic converter. No, but if I want to join, this is a shul. This is a Jewish temple. So if you want to join the temple, you got to be part of the temple. Like he wants to see us there every Sabbath, and he wants to see me. He's like, you need to become more Jewish. To me, is basically what he told me. I was like, I do it enough, man. I put my tefillin on and stuff. But he wants to see a bigger presence from me. And then they also, when you join the shul, you're supposed to like pay your way through. So I did the math. It's about 10 grand. Because I figure this whole process is going to take at least a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know? And that's fine. It's not about, I don't care about that. I'll have to drink less or something.
So what's up?
Well, so then we go, he tells us this stuff, and then, I got a dog.
Yeah.
I got lucky. Shout out Alexandra Izzy.
Shout out, yo.
My best friend. I've said the worst things in the world about her.
I know.
But she's my best friend, and she's amazing and a fucking
Hey, don't
hilarious
call her your
comic.
best friend, buddy. Not in front of me. What are you doing?
My best female friend.
There we go.
Sorry, Samantha. Lillian also. But she puts this beautiful fucking white Siberian Husky puppy up that she's rescuing on her Facebook, and 100 people right away, I'll take it. And I was like,
let me DM her.
Let me DM her. Let me hit her up direct. And like, if you've been listening to the show, my girlfriend about a month ago got scammed by a Nigerian scammer for about $1,000 trying to buy me a surprise puppy.
By the way, I'm about to get into that scamming business.
It's a good idea.
It's a good idea. It's really not that hard to do.
You just got to find a place offshore to live. So she got scammed, and then we tried to adopt a dog, and then this fucking puppy shows up, beautiful, and I write Izzy up, and she hits me back right away. She's like, it's yours.
Oh.
So I get the dog. Actually, I had to go to work. So she goes and she picks up the dog in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
And it's the most beautiful puppy in the world.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
And fucking, I get home, and you love the dog.
Yeah.
I love the dog. She loves the dog. We pick up my son from school the next day.
He loves the dog.
Of course, it's all he ever
so
wanted.
Excited?
He was the most. I picked him up. My girlfriend, she hid around the corner with the puppy, and I picked him up. I was like, "Hey," it was like, "This is a really exciting day. You're getting a new relative." And he goes to me, he goes, "You guys had a baby?" And I was like, "Nah, you stupid idiot. Doesn't work like that, you
A
moron.
really furry one.
Takes a long time for that to happen." I was like, "You trying to say my girlfriend's fat? What's up? What's up, man? Don't diss your dad. I don't date no fat girls no more."
Yeah. That was my past life, son.
Taking pot shots. So we come out of the school, and he meets the dog, and he falls in love with it. My kid has allergies, like severe allergies to food and like to like environment and stuff. So we're very careful with him. So we brought him home. He's hanging out with the puppy all day, having the best time. It's the end of the day, and his mother's picking him up, and he wants to bring the dog downstairs to show my ex. And she didn't want any part of it. She wouldn't let him do it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. She just didn't want.
She didn't want it.
She didn't want my ex.
She didn't. Excuse me. She didn't want to experience joy. She didn't want. It's weird. That's a weird thing.
She didn't want
him to experience joy brought by you.
She didn't want her. It wasn't about his mother. It wasn't about him. It was about his mother. She didn't want him to demonstrate the joy that we have.
That's what I'm saying.
Which to me, I'm like,
That's
what's
weird.
wrong with
That's
you? Like, that's the best thing to do. Like, if you really want to be like immature and like
It's just petty.
the purpose of
Be petty.
but if you want to be petty, that's the pettiest thing. Like, let your
it should be a momentous
boyfriend's son bring the new dog that belongs to you and your boyfriend, her ex, downstairs and show it off. So instead, she kidnaps the dog.
What?
While me and my son are in the other room. Yeah. So like me and her had a tiff. So I was like,
Wait.
What?
he wanted to bring the dog down to see his mom.
And
I was like, yeah, okay, buddy, no problem. And she's like, no, that's not happening.
Oh, your girl did it.
My girl.
We both thought that. Okay,
Oh, we
it was your
thought-
ex
we
that
thought
didn't
your
want
ex-
it.
No, her anger.
no.
Her anger comes in later.
Later.
Oh, okay.
Later.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm in trouble there too.
So hold up. Your girl that lives with you didn't want to show the dog to your ex?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Why?
Because she didn't want to share the joy. She actually said to me, she's like, what, like we're one big family? And I'm like, this is the happiest day of my son's life. He loves his dog. That's his mom. That's who he gets affirmation of the things that happen. Maybe I didn't explain it that thoroughly, but I was like, he's fucking 8. I was like, let him just do what makes him happy. And she's like, what about my happiness? And I said to her, I said, if my son's happiness is not a priority, you and I don't have a priority. And she told me to watch my fucking mouth. And then we stopped speaking. We haven't spoken.
Ooh.
We haven't spoken in days. And then she kidnapped the dog and disappeared while me and my son were in the other room. And my son didn't get a chance to say goodbye. We couldn't bring the puppy down so he can show his mom. Like, regardless of that, like, at least he should have been able to say goodbye. If you want to be like petty and not let him bring the dog, just let him say goodbye. And, and he looked around. He's like, "Where's the puppy?" I was like, "Oh, he must have had to go. She must have had to go to the bathroom, and that's why." And I was hurt. I was really hurt by it. Well, because this is my kid, and I really do. I love him more than fucking anything. I've told this probably to Kevin when I first met him. I said, "This is the only thing on the planet where, like, I would literally take a spork. You know what a spork is? It's a spoon fork that they give you on like an airplane. I would amputate my own arm with a spork. Completely useless. It would take hours and very painful. But for my kid, I would 100% amputate with a spork. That's how much I love my son. So it hurt, man. It fucking killed me that she took that away from him. Then he shows up the next day because his mother writes me, he's been so upset and he can't, because he's upset because he didn't say goodbye to the dog. Can he come see the dog, blah, blah. And I was like, I'll walk the dog there. I'll be there in half an hour. She's like, we could be there in 10 minutes. So she drops my kid off, and he plays with the dog for a few more hours. And then he goes back home. And now his mother starts writing me, I don't know why you went and got a dog. You know he has allergies. I told you. And, like, we're starting allergy shots and this and that. And he's having a breathing problem. So basically, like, I'm getting destroyed from my ex for trying to do something great for my kid. I'm getting destroyed by my girlfriend for trying to do something nice for her and us. And so I just came here today to say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. It's been nice. I tried.
It's over.
I tried my best. Does it really hurt when you jump in front of a subway train? Find out next week.
I'll have a new co-host.
Hot Dog Josh.
Hot Dog
Twist
Josh.
it off at the end.
It's going to just be your head.
That's all you need.
Bro, it's fucking... Okay, so... I don't know. I don't like petty shit like that, bro.
Yeah, so we haven't spoken. She wanted to have a conversation before I left for the podcast today. And I was like, I'm leaving now. She's like, well, I just want to have I was like, she's like, I just need 5 minutes. I was like, this is way more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. And I didn't go to a Jewish temple this morning.
Yeah.
It's the Sabbath. I'm a fucking sinner. Like, I've been making a lot of mistakes. But I have a blue-eyed, white eyelashed husky. Gorgeous. The most beautiful.
Gorgeous dog.
My girlfriend gets robbed for like $1,000 over the internet, which means I get robbed for $1,000. Okay, and then we went and we signed up to go adopt a dog, and we, even to adopt a dog is like $700-800, and like you got to go and do meetings, and all the dogs in the New York City, they're all pit bulls, giant heads, gonna eat my kid. So like, and I told her when she got robbed, I was like, watch, God is gonna send us a puppy. I promise you, we're gonna get a dog, and this dog just showed up out of the fucking ether, and cost me like nothing, a couple $100 to adopt it. What a blessing! What a blessing that's destroyed my life. It's destroyed my entire.
Wait, what's that
apartment.
saying? There's no good deed that goes unpunished, or there's no blessing that goes
without pain.
Bro, let me tell you something. That dog takes the biggest shits, and it's not even the biggest shits it's gonna take. That's what's crazy.
I know.
It takes the biggest dumps, and it's a puppy.
That shit eats everything.
Yeah.
By the way, I gotta it's. We had a
But
wooden.
it's growing too, so
I know it's gonna be twice the size. It's like 25 pounds. It's gonna be at least 50-60 pounds. It's a girl though. She's so sweet. I love her.
You gotta train this dog not to take a shit in
Well,
the house. That shit is huge.
Yeah, no, I know.
Those wee pads don't work for
One
that
of those
dog.
shits was mine. I was showing her where to go. Kevin's saying this because it's right. His wee pad is right in front of his room.
Because it eats everything.
What about, we had a wooden table in the middle of. First of all, my apartment about a week ago had a white shag carpet in the middle of the living room with a wooden table on top of it.
No more.
She shat all over the wooden carpet, so my girlfriend like washed it, and it's on the balcony. And the wooden table she took apart. Do you see that? Yeah, we woke up.
That shit was
It was never really put together, but she dismantled it completely.
good for her. She's
I agree, man.
she's like, yo, fix this shit out. We don't
See,
need
but
this.
now I have an 18-year-old cat who hates everything.
Yeah.
Yo, he's so pissed that he's getting healthier. He was dying. He was literally on like death's bed, and I brought the dog home, and he's like, I'm gonna live and fucking kill this fucking. Do you hear them fighting? We leave him in the living room at night, and I just hear. It's fun, man. I live on a nature channel.
I was an Ebola patient for like a week.
Yeah, you're better now.
I'm better now.
Much better. I can hear it. I live with an Ebola. My immune system. I must have like from another planet, right?
I don't know, buddy.
It's got to be from. Have you seen me get sick once in the last 2 years, 3 years?
Maybe for like a day.
Half a day.
Half a day. You were sick for like a half a day.
Half a day.
You took like a bunch of kratom and you were like, it's time to go.
I'm cured, bitch.
I'm cured, motherfucker. There's not a disease in sight, not an infection or bacteria that's gonna penetrate me, nigga. I'm fucking healthy as a motherfucker.
It's
That's you
mind
all day.
over
That's the
immune system.
You know,
if you just
in the army,
ignore
by
that
the
you're
way,
dying,
in the army they tell you that.
100%.
In the army they tell you like you control your body.
100%.
So they'll be
you do.
I'm not gonna lie, I did that earlier this week when it started coming on. I was like, "Nah."
You're like, no.
I'm like, "No, I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am rich. I am that bit." You know, it's like,
I'm a star. I'm a star. I'm a star.
And then
I'm
I
a
was
big,
better.
bright, shining
and
star.
then I was 100% better.
I didn't. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I think my body's rejecting having a job.
Right.
I really do. I really do.
Well,
think
listen.
my body's
That's a
rejecting.
shock, bro.
I think it is a shock
To go from
I'm up from doing whatever
from
I wanted,
a life of leisure
of whatever I wanted.
to a life of pretending like you care about something.
Yep.
It's difficult.
It's
man.
difficult.
Yeah.
It's so difficult. I do like, honestly, hey, bro, my name is Kim when I'm at work. You understand? I'm a white woman because it's just a good time, bro. It's like they bring beers.
Okay.
They bring beers in the middle of the day.
Fun.
It's fun.
Fun atmosphere.
It's a.
I feel fun. I feel fun. I
It's-
feel silly.
I feel silly, like a silly goose.
You wear a silly shirt to work?
No, I just wear t-shirts and shit.
Okay, but for like Christmas, you'll wear like a silly sweater.
I got a priest outfit I wore. I'm gonna wear for Halloween.
Really? That's what you're gonna be for Halloween?
Priest.
Priest? That's touching.
No, I was a reverend at this. I went to a murder mystery thing.
Yeah. Why didn't you tell me about this? Somebody else told me about it.
Oh, Dylan probably.
Maybe.
Dylan in DC. They were making fun of me.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go on Thursday, and then they told me that it's on Friday. Whatever. I missed.
So you were playing a priest in a murder mystery.
Yeah,
Were you the
a
murderer?
reverend. Nope. I was just a swindling.
So it was like
Reverend.
a Tony and Tina's wedding type interactive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Okay.
you're talking about, but yeah.
Tony and Tina's wedding was like this a restaurant that would throw this interactive wedding where they'd have like comedians and actors pretend to be different
Something
relatives.
like that, but it was just her friends, you know. It was honestly they had an open bar. They did it real good.
Okay.
Like it was like I didn't pay anything. I
They
just
pay
walked
you?
in. No, it was our like friends. Like it was like friends who were doing it.
Wait, so you were going to a dress up party
Yeah.
to go role play? Yeah. So why don't you explain it like that?
Hey,
You
don't-
went to go LARP, Kevin.
LARP, bro.
You just LARPed as a fucking priest, bro. Shit, am I jealous, man? See, all week I'm fucking having the worst time. Kevin's LARPing a priest.
LARPing. Trying to find a room. I don't know what's a scam and what's not. I'm trying to like.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to find like a place to rent. Rent a room, and like everybody I
I
hit
thought
up,
you want to get your own place.
I can't afford.
So
it.
why don't you talk to me? I gotta help you. I told you I saw places to rent.
Bro, it's crazy. I don't know what's. Everything feels like a scam.
Well,
Everybody's like, give me $800.
yeah, no, don't do
And
any
it's like,
of that.
what?
Don't do
What
any
is
of
this?
that. Everything is a scam.
Everything's a scam, right?
Everything's a scam.
Yeah.
That's why I have a job. That my job is to make sure people don't get robbed. That's the only.
That's the
reason I
only
get paid.
reason you get
Yeah,
paid
Yeah,
is 'cause-
pretty much.
But by the way, you're needed, dude. It's
100%.
fucking crazy.
100%.
And it's like, here's the thing, though. I have bad credit, right? Like I make decent money, but I have bad credit, and I'm like, how do I get around this? Like I don't know how to get.
You want to
around
hear the
this.
most fucked up thing?
And I have bad credit, by the way, because of my adults in my life
Right.
who fucked me over
Right.
when I was a kid.
Right.
And then like just being a dumb kid and like not understanding how this is gonna affect me later
In the future. Right.
and just making terrible. I wish there was like a reset button.
Well, listen, you weren't supposed to make it past 25.
Yo, I got drunk last night.
Yeah.
And I told they were like, what do you want to do? I was like, honestly, I feel like as I turned 30, I got a new lease on life.
Every day's a blessing.
Every day. No, for real. I really like, I know like we joke around a lot and shit.
No, it 100%
But like,
is.
bro, like I realized like how many times people have told me and my friends, like a lot of you guys won't make it past 25. And I'm gonna keep it real. I looked around, like it's gonna be y'all niggas.
Yeah,
It's
people
dead.
told you that, but did your doctor ever tell you that?
Your doctor told you weren't gonna make it past 25.
No, because I didn't go to the doctor. I was too fat.
Oh,
I couldn't make it through the door of the doctor's office.
son.
I didn't need a doctor to tell me, yo, you're 400 pounds. You ain't gonna make it past 25.
This nigga,
Like, shut up, man. I'm sniffing coke and drinking bottles of liquor.
Josh is the only motherfucker.
I'm the only 400 something pound man, I think. If there's any 400 pound plus
in the
people
South. In the
anywhere
South.
in the world
I know what you're about to say. In the
who
South.
have in on a common night ingested a few grams of cocaine and a bottle and a half of
a
gin.
lot of Floridians are identifying with you right now.
Hey man, I'm still
Right,
alive.
right next to the alligator.
Yeah, those dudes.
Right next to the
half of them have been eaten
crocodillas.
by an alligator.
They can't. The alligator's like, that's too much work.
Yeah, they spit it out. They're like, ah, bitter.
This motherfucker tastes like pig. This motherfucker tastes like salt.
Listen, Kevin,
This thing
we're
is
fucking
human bacon.
We're Warsaw ghetto heroes, bro.
Yo, honestly, we should change the name of this podcast
To the Warsaw ghettos,
Warsaw Ghettos.
the Warsaw Ghetto Boys.
Yo, I like that. Yo, Ani, get on it.
The Warsaw Ghetto Boys.
Damn, because nobody knows what that
uprising.
is.
Yeah, I mean, and the ones who do, they'll
They'll be
appreciate
like,
it. 'cause
oh,
we're
Real
not.
'cause
ones know.
The real
Yeah,
ones
the real
know.
ones know.
And it's inspired. That's inspiring, bro.
Right.
Because I like motherfuckers that fight. You know what I mean? You know how I am. You know
Yeah.
who I be.
Well, you're either one of two people in this world. You either get down or you lay down. You know, you're either someone who rolls over or you roll things over.
I mean, I think most of my life is like most of my life has been trying to figure out how to get to the other side.
The other side of what?
The other side of
Your-
success and
right,
money and like
right.
trying to like no one like I don't know about you, and I'm sure you have a similar thing where like no one told me how to. Like, I'm learning how to build credit. I'm learning how to like
Kevin, no one told me shit.
yeah. So like, but I feel like you know everything. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you figure it out because you fuck everything up.
yeah, yeah.
So you
But
learn how bad of mistakes that you've made.
so like this year, like I have a goal. I want to save $35,000 in the next 12 months, and I got to do a lot of things to do it.
okay,
Right? I have to do a lot of things, and I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna save $35,000.
okay. Well, what are you doing with the 35,000?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, what's the point of saving it?
I figure out what I want to do with it later. It's gonna be for a reason.
Just put it in Dogecoin.
Let's go.
It's cheap right now, man. It's fucking cheap, honestly.
What is it now?
It's like 24 cents.
24 is up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 20. It went up to like 27. It's going to like $30,000-$40,000 a share. It's going to be
think
higher,
so.
higher than
I think so.
Bitcoin.
Honestly, I'm gonna buy. Once I find my place,
Right.
I'm gonna buy like a shit ton.
A shit ton.
Yeah. Oh, I got my stock options today. Oh, yesterday.
Oh,
from my-
already?
Well, I have. Yes, I do.
Really?
500.
So you just start getting options right away.
Well,
Can you
It
sell
kicks
your
in-
options,
it kicks in-
or are they options to buy that you just have to exercise?
honestly, I don't know.
You don't understand?
I don't understand anything. But I do. They gave me a third party company.
Okay.
Which, they're paying and like they'll explain everything to me.
Okay.
So.
Hey, how are you, Mr. Sanchez? So you're in a pyramid scheme. So
So-
basically,
It is crazy. Like I was talking to somebody who works there. He goes, his friend was at a startup, and something happened with Google, where like another company, maybe Facebook.
it came and just took it in.
No. Facebook bought like a company, and Google freaked out, and it was like, we need to buy the second best competitor.
Right. And that was the company he worked for.
His buddy worked for, and he was like, he just started and made $150,000 because
Right.
they got they
Wow.
got bought out.
Wow.
So like, because they paid in cash.
Right.
Like something like 10 billion, 18 billion. It was insane.
Buy an island, run away.
You
Run
know what I
away.
mean? Like, not, when I say cash, it was like a cash deal.
Right.
It was like there was so much money that a dude who started like a month ago made $150,000.
That's fucking awesome, man.
That's a blessing. God, good,
Right.
good for you,
Right.
And I'm praying.
So that's what you're hoping for.
I'm hoping
you're hoping to be the second best company to buy out.
I'm hoping. No, I think this company, honestly, maybe Netflix buys them or something like that.
Just to get those amount of screens that they're going to have at access. Because that's what, in the future, it's just basically how many places can you get.
In December is going to be crazy. I just got to make it for like this year, and they're going to buy us out. It's going to be acquired, I think. I shouldn't be talking like this on the podcast or openly.
Right.
Because
well, nobody knows where you work, Kevin. Kevin works for Chipotle, by the way.
Yeah. I'm a cook.
Kevin does the fry advertisement.
Dude, you know how upset I'll be. No, if I was working for advertisement at Chipotle, that's a good job.
Honestly, like if I had one dream job, it would be to be an advertiser, to come up with like names for stuff and fucking campaigns and shit.
I wanted to work for Snickers for a little bit.
Right.
Because me and my brother would like...
Bro, don't say that on the air. You can't drop that.
Snickers?
Oh, Snickers.
Snickers. Wow. You think?
Snickers satisfied. Damn what, Kevin? Are you appalled yet? We're doing a pot show tonight.
I know.
You gonna get
I
high?
haven't been on stage in, a week and a half?
Really?
Oh, it's going to be a rough one. Well, it's
No,
5
it's not,
minutes.
bro.
I know, it's 5 minutes.
First of all, you never know what you're going to get when you perform. I mean, unless you're
That's
like
true.
the ace of aces,
Yeah, that's true.
like you can
Yeah.
get up there and eat.
But for the most part, we do well. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're never going to be disappointed completely. We will.
we will.
We'll be very disappointed.
Yeah.
But you'll always walk away somewhat
Yeah,
satisfied.
no, this guy was pretty good.
Yeah.
But like, just know I'm way better. But like, I just,
Right, yeah. Like, ugh, why'd you say that to me? Ugh.
Yeah, but like, remember that day? Remember the chicken daiquiri comes up to me?
Do I remember? Of course I do. I laugh at that all the time.
You just think about it. It brings joy to me. He goes with me. I had a good.
This kid who's like just started doing comedy maybe like a year or two ago comes up to Kevin and I after a show, and he looks at Kevin and he goes, "Hey man, I know there's something bigger inside of you. I want to see the real you." He starts telling Kevin. He goes, "I want you to show me who you are." And Kevin and I look at each other like, "Do we kill each other now, or just murder this human being for saying this?"
He sees me do 1 7
One
minutes.
set.
One set. Well,
Yeah.
he sees me do a bunch of sets.
Right. Which that's what makes it upsetting. Because if it had just been that set and that set wasn't a fucking killer, then you'd be like, all right, the guy's just ignorant.
Yeah.
But he had been watching you for months.
For months.
And then he caught a shit set.
It wasn't even a shit set.
It wasn't a
crazy.
shit. It wasn't a shit set.
It wasn't a
It
shit
wasn't a
set.
shit set. You didn't eat shit. You didn't murder.
I didn't murder.
I know how you felt on it. So like for you, it was like a 6 or a 5.
Yeah.
But for him to come up and say that,
I was like, hey,
it
buddy.
dropped you down to like a 1.
And then go up there. And just, I stood for his whole set.
That was that the night he was doing 15, 20 minutes or something? No. Okay. Because he did a 20 minutes.
Yeah. He did 20. I thought he was supposed to do 30.
He was supposed to, then
He stopped at 20?
He stopped it at like 15. I think.
That's good.
Very funny kid, though.
I like
Funny human being. I meet certain comics. I'm like, this guy
I was just telling Ani this.
belongs.
I was just telling Ani how like they're not always conventionally stand up funny, but they
Belong in the world
they
of
belong in the
comedy.
world of comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Patrick Walsh.
that's who we're talking. That's exactly who we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Patrick Walsh.
Yeah,
you know?
Dave Rosenthal. Dave Rosenthal, you know who Dave is. I've been seeing him more often lately. Dave Rosenthal is the dude with the neck tattoos and the face tattoos. The one who, the very first time we saw him, we went to, it was like right at the end of...
The one who stays quiet on stage.
Yes, the one who stands there and says nothing.
Yeah.
For like,
honestly, can I tell you something?
huh?
One of my favorite comics.
Honestly, one of my favorite comics.
Yeah.
I'd rather hear nothing
From him.
for 5 minutes from Dave than like 90%
Of
of
the shit
open
people
mic
talking,
comics.
yeah.
Yeah. I really love him. And every time I do a show with him or like an open mic with him, I go, I just come here every time to see, is this the day that Dave Rosenthal murders everybody in the audience? Because the first time I went there, I was like, 100% this guy's pulling the gun out and killing everybody in here.
By the way, I thought he was bald this whole time. He has like a full head of hair.
Honestly, nicest kid in the world.
Yeah,
bro.
sweet.
The nicest guy in the world. Most awkward experience watching on stage. Brilliant.
Belongs.
Brilliant.
Just belongs.
Brilliant.
Belongs.
The world needs more of that.
Yeah.
And less of a bunch of college kids who came out of college who think they have a fucking take on the world.
you don't got a take.
You have no take on the world. Your shit is fucking tooken. Your parents gave you that fucking take. Your take came from you
From your
having an
professors.
ability.
No, it came from your professors. It came from your parents. It came from no life experience, buddy.
No
you
suffering.
just don't have it, man.
No suffering.
No suffering. Like if you went to NYU and it wasn't on a full-blown scholarship,
Right.
because you are just a genius kid,
Right.
then you don't know what it's like to need to be funny.
Right.
Josh and I needed to be funny.
We're never supposed to make it past 25.
Jokes on you because I'm still
Stay alive.
Hey.
Yo, it's crazy. Like, I never considered myself funny when I was younger. I just didn't. I thought there was funnier people around me. There were definitely. My brothers are all funnier than me.
Right.
All of them. All of them funnier.
Right. Not your brother-in-law who beat you.
Dog. He's
He was
an asshole.
hilarious?
No,
Oh, okay.
he made me laugh twice.
Violent, abusive people, rarely
Never
funny.
Never
Rarely funny.
Never funny.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Joe Pesci, maybe.
Yeah, but is he a violent?
not, but, like,
no, he plays a
plays
violent.
violent.
But like, can you think of like Hitler? Terrible set. You ever seen? You ever seen it? You ever seen him? You ever seen the Hitler special? It's just screaming. Nothing makes sense, bro. A lot of banging and shit.
My
Not
struggle.
funny at all.
My struggle.
Mao Zedong, terrible.
Who's that?
The guy who like killed all of China.
Mount St. Song, huh?
Isn't that Mao? Chairman Mao?
Yep.
Right?
Do you think Genghis Khan funny?
Fidel Castro, pretty funny, actually.
Really?
Pretty funny dude, bro.
Well, you know
Pretty
what?
funny.
He wasn't-
But like Hispanic humor, like Telemundo.
Can I tell you something,
like
yo?
shit. He would
Nope.
do like characters come out
I
in a
used to
chicken
think-
suit. You ever seen it? Used to the
I go back and forth between who's funniest, black people or
Jews.
Latinos.
Wow. You didn't even say Jews? Come on, bro. Comedy comes from Jews, bro. It comes from Jews, Kevin.
No, Jews are up there.
Stand-up comedy comes from Jews.
But I'm talking about just intrinsically.
Well, that's fine, but we're talking about the humor that the world knows about, which is performance humor, standing on
But
stage,
I don't think that-
doing sketches. That's all from Jews. That's all from Jews. Prior to Jews creating comedy,
don't think
we
that-
had Shakespearean comedy. You know what fucking British humor is? It's the worst garbage in the world,
we
bro.
don't even bring that up, bro.
Honestly, like I love what's his name who created The Office.
What's this fat boy's name? What's this pig's name?
Fucking Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais. Very
Love
funny
Ricky.
guy.
Hilarious.
Hilarious
Office,
dude.
you're British stinks.
Yeah.
American Office, Scott Michael Scott,
Hilarious.
the best.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
But well, I have seen certain scenes from the British Office, like not the whole thing. I can't watch the whole thing; it's terrible. But with him,
right.
with Ricky Gervais,
Right.
certain scenes with him, hilarious. Son.
Because Gervais is
He's just a
he's an enigma. Gervais is just a fucking. I could watch him do anything.
You know why?
But every other
'Cause
entity
I bet you Gervais. I bet you his idols are nobody from
from England.
From England.
Of course not.
It's like maybe, but only actors.
I
You know
like
what I mean?
Colin, you fucking wanker.
I like, yeah, he watched Richard Pryor. He watched who's that white guy?
Arlen?
Carlin.
Yeah.
You know,
Which, by the way, I don't know if you know about this. They have a new program in Netflix.
Netflix.
Where they're building a time machine to travel back to cancel Richard Pryor and George Carlin for all the stuff that they said. How do you feel about that?
Man. Well, that's something.
Well, I'm saying that was a terrible take on it, but we know what's going on right now with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle has been. Have you been watching? Or you been very ill? Dave Chappelle. There's been a cancel on Dave Chappelle because of his special.
But
You know?
Netflix defended him.
They did, but there's still a big backlash.
Can I tell you something? All I see is people who say there shouldn't be a backlash on Dave Chappelle. I have yet to see the backlash.
Wow. Well,
Does that make sense? Have you? What have you seen?
I guess you don't see every human as a people, Kevin.
No, I'm serious. I haven't seen anyone say that this was offensive. I've seen people go, I don't understand why people are being offended.
Right.
This is a comedy. That's all I
Right.
see. But I've
Well,
yet to
thank
see-
God that there's been a step up for Dave. But no, I have. I've seen a big push.
Do you know anyone?
No, because unfortunately, I'm not, part of that community.
Yeah.
I don't know people. I can tell you that I have gay friends. I've been friendly with transsexuals.
saw the
I haven't
special.
heard anybody's take on it yet, but nobody that I know has come up to me and said, they were deeply hurt. Oh, except, sorry, hold on a second. I hosted a mic with Hope the other day. Shout out Hope G. And a fucking dude gets on stage. This was the day after the whole controversy happened with Chappelle.
I can't wait.
And it was some fucking white cuck, middle America fat boy with a fucking beard and a like. He has a folded up like sign in his pocket for like a pro like abortion rally just in case one pops up wherever he goes. And he gets on stage and he's like, I don't think Dave Chappelle is funny, and I didn't think it was funny, and I thought it was lazy comedy and cheap humor. And we all just fucking looked, and I got up after him, and I was like, oh, bro, yeah, I was like, I told him, I was
Could
like,
you imagine?
this is what I did.
Could you imagine having the balls?
Kevin, this is what I said to him after. I was like, I got up, I was like, wow, I fucking admire you, dude. I was like, I gotta be honest. I was like, I admire you, bro. I was like, you got fucking balls, bro. I was like, you got huge balls to have such a vocal opinion. And you know what? I completely disagree with your opinion. In fact, I think you're a fucking cornball and your opinion's worth
said that?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I go, and I think
Good for you.
And I go, I think your opinion's worth shit. I go, but I will stand on my last breath for you to be able to stand up here and say your stupid opinion in front of everybody, because everybody's opinion counts. And we all are allowed to have one, and we should all be allowed to say whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
Even an idiot like you.
Yeah.
And I left it at that.
Whoa. Are you hosting?
I was co-hosting with
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm happy you did that.
Yeah. And then I shook his hand after and apologized for if I made him feel uncomfortable, but I explained that he really actually was a dork and an idiot.
And wrong.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's again, and I said it with 100% of conviction, like, I'm a comic. Kevin sees it happen all the time. We know other comics, and it's not commonplace, but it happens where we get blatant anti-Semitism, where some dude will say like Jews are fucking grimy or fucking conniving landlords and whatever bullshit. And like my gut instinct is to wait for them to get off the stage and punch them in their fucking mouth, which I haven't, and I might, but I haven't. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll let them know most of the time.
Hey, once I was on the drunk side, and Josh, some dude was saying some anti-Semitic, like some real anti-Semitic shit in front of Josh, and Josh looks at me and he goes, and I didn't really hear what he said, and he goes, he said, should I punch this guy in the face? And I go, yeah. But I didn't really, and then I'm like, wait, what did you say? Because he goes, really? And I'm like, because he goes, you would let me do this? Because it was in front of a restaurant that knows me. I run shows there. It can go haywire and they'll kick us out forever.
Which just shows how good of friends you two are and how much you respect each other.
No,
where
you
he
don't
still was like, really?
Yeah, because
I was drunk enough that I would have put him in the ground.
Yeah, but the thing was,
the thing was this is the guy who was actually a fan, right?
He's a fan of you.
The guy was actually. It's the most fucked up story because the dude came and he watched the show, and after the show,
he loved everybody.
While I was on doing my set, I interacted with him. He was sitting in the front row, and after the show, he came up to me. He was like, "This was the most amazing night of my life. I had so much fun. It was so funny, and like you're so hilarious. I'm gonna follow you everywhere, this and that." And we're like, "Okay, cool, bro. You know, you get weirdos like that sometimes." But he just kept following us around, and we went outside the bar to go smoke some weed, and the kid starts breaking into some like fucking
Jews did 9/11.
Yeah, he starts going into some like wild conspiracy theories. He's like, yeah, the Jews, because this was in Tribeca, so he's like, the Jews took the towers down, and I'm like, oh really? Oh
Josh,
yeah.
By the way, I forgot to tell you this.
Yeah,
I always forget to tell you this.
okay.
Always. This is actually breaking news.
Breaking news.
Before you guys showed up,
right?
I was there early because I had to be.
Okay.
To make sure everything was good. This guy showed up.
He was Heiling Hitler.
30 minutes early.
Okay.
And gave me the same Jews did 9/11 speech.
You're fucking bullshit. You're bullshitting.
I'm so serious. And I'm looking.
Why would you never tell me this? I wouldn't have asked you for permission to punch the kid.
And they said, totally forgot. I was like,
really?
Totally forgot. When you're running a show,
how the hell did this?
Yeah, he just comes up to me, and then like within 10 minutes, he goes, "By the way, you know the Jews did 9/11." Like, I swear to God.
Are you joking?
I'm not even joking. I forgot, and then I was like, and then in my head, I'm like, I got to tell Josh not to interact with this
Let
guy.
me-
I got to tell
Really?
Josh. In my head, I'm like, Josh, by the way, avoid him.
Let me tell you how this. So let me tell you how this played out. So he tells me his wild conspiracy on how the Jews.
It takes him only 45 minutes into talking because he has nothing going on in his life, this kid. Nothing.
Honestly, nicest kid in
Nicest
the
kid
world.
in the world. But nothing going on.
Complete living at home because he lived in Tribeca. So he's
Yeah.
living at home with his rich parents and his life is sheltered and he's got to blame somebody for why he's masturbating instead of fucking.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, it's the Jews because he lives there and the World Trade Center used to be there. And if they were still standing, he wouldn't be such a weirdo. So fucking, he comes up to me and he's telling me how he feels. And I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna call him out on it yet. So I start agreeing. I'm like, yeah, they fucking did. Yeah, it's the Jews and the Israelis and the
Yeah.
Mossad. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yup. I was like, the Jews, they have crazy technologies. He's like, yup, they do. I was like, yo, dude, they could fucking shoot shit
Oh,
out
yeah,
the sky.
yeah.
I was like, dude,
Josh is like, I'm
was-
there for this.
I was like, dude,
And I'm like, I'm drinking. I'm high as fuck. This is the end of the show. And I'm looking at Josh. I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no.
yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no. And I'm like, but then I get,
Because he could see I'm getting angry.
because I know Josh, but this kid doesn't understand that Josh is getting angry. Right? He doesn't know Josh from a hole in the wall. He doesn't even know the
But he was my biggest fan.
biggest fan. Doesn't even know
I'm
Josh
about
is
to break
Jewish.
his Aryan heart.
You know, because he thinks every Jew has to wear a yarmulke.
It has,
Like
it has fucking
his horn. Yeah, he didn't see the horns.
Yeah, I shaved them down, buddy. So he goes on, and I'm like, yup, the Israelis, the Mossad. I was like, these fucking Jews, stolen Nazi technology. I was like, they have fucking time machines now.
And this kid is like,
He's like, yeah.
he goes, yeah, I heard about it. You want to see this YouTube page? Like, he's like, you know what I mean? He's like, he's thinking he met an ally.
Oh, yeah.
He thinks he met an ally.
Yes, mein Brasa. And I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking Jews, bro. It's like they have fucking time machines. They can hear what you're thinking, what you're going to say. They can go forward in time, find you when you're going to say some
remember
anti-Semitic
this.
shit
This
and
is so
send a
funny.
time agent. They can send a time agent to come find
This is
you.
like, how do you remember this?
Because I remember everything, Kevin. And
This is almost exactly what he said.
I know it's exactly what he said. That was very traumatic.
No.
For him.
And then he
Josh
goes,
doesn't forget faces that scorned him.
Yeah,
And
no.
so then he goes, because I remember this part.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm that time agent.
Yeah. I looked
Yeah.
at him. I go, I'm that time agent.
I'm a fucking, what do you say, Ashkenazi Jew? What did you
Yeah.
go?
No,
what did you go with?
I told him I work at the Simon Wiesenthal Time Foundation, and I travel back in time to look for Nazis. And I found you.
Dude, but he didn't say it like that. He said it like in a very aggressive,
It was a little aggressive.
a little.
I was like, guess what? We found you.
And this guy
We
is,
found the Nazi.
you're a fucking Nazi. I'm a fucking Ashkenazi Jew. You understand, you piece of shit? And then he
I don't think I would announce that I'm an Ashkenazi Jew, though.
and then he looked at me and he goes, should I punch this guy in the face? And I go, yeah. Wait, what?
Honestly, it was anticlimactic because the kid was so sad
He was so sad.
after.
He was
Because, first it took
so
a minute or
sad.
two to,
Because he was like, I can't believe I made friends with the enemy.
right, yeah, right. Then I had to explain to him that I'm not actually from the future, that he's just a present time anti-Semite. And then I explained to him how nonsense and bullshit it is to blame the Jews for fucking radical fundamental Islam blowing shit up in New York City. And then I said Allahu Akbar and I blew up.
But let's be real. Let's be real. The Jews did do 9/11.
We did it. Listen, doing it and listen, did I do the lawn in front of my building? No, but I paid the
Did you
Mexican
fund
guy
it?
to do it. I financed
Did you finance it?
The Jews did not finance 9/11, bro. Trust me. Let me tell you something. I'm going to
kidding.
tell you.
And I'm kidding.
Hold on.
You know I'm kidding.
I know
I'm
you are.
kidding.
I know you are. And I'm absolutely, because we had nothing. Believe me, all we would like to do is live
Live and let
in
live.
peace and let's try to push the world forward and live in
And
harmony.
most people are like that, I think.
I believe.
You know why? You know why most people are like that?
Because we're still alive.
Because we're still alive. There's
Exactly.
6 billion people, and the fact that this is not
Right.
some mega death race
Right.
every fucking day
Exactly.
is astonishing
Right.
to
The
me.
fact that someone's not releasing a fucking virus and trying to murder people and control them and
telling them to
implant-
stay in their homes and telling them they got to wear a mask all
By the
day.
way, my new dog, microchipped. I don't know if I trust it. I'm serious. I mean, like, I get it. Like, you know, I'm nervous about fleas too, but like, why would you get yourself chipped? She is a runner, though. She's a runner. She's a track star. I opened the door. She ran out the fucking apartment. Yeah, I'm trying to get the fuck out of there, too. What were we saying?
Your dog's microchipped.
Yeah. No, before that. Something we're still talking about the
Time
Nazi.
travel.
Time travel, the Nazi.
No, we're talking about how the Jews just want to chill. They just want to live.
Yeah, we just want peace, honestly.
And I think most people do. That's why. Listen, Todd Barry has a podcast about this. I mean, not a podcast. He had a special about this. And I just don't want people to think that but it's not that bad out here, bro. The truth is, it's really not that bad out here. Like, at least in first world countries.
Right. Speaking of, Alec Baldwin murdered a cinematographer on set.
Dude, what the fuck, man? And you know what?
You know why?
That was wild.
Green leads are for murderers. Green leads are for murderers.
I don't know what that means.
That's a tweet I made the other day. There's the most famous movie where Alec Baldwin came from. It's what's the fucking name of that movie?
ABC.
Yeah, that film.
That film?
Yeah, that film.
That's his most famous movie.
That's the one that like made him who he is, because Jack Lemmon is in that. All about closing.
All about closing.
ABC. They had that when I first became a con artist on Wall Street. ABC. All about conning. All about conning pure, helpless, idiot Americans.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, he killed him.
What movie is that called? And what year did that come out?
Something Glengarry Glen Ross. That's the name of the film. Glengarry Glen Ross.
He killed that.
Josh is faster.
Green leads are for murderers.
Oh,
in the film, green leads are for winners or for closers.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I tweeted yesterday, green leads are for murderers.
Is so funny.
And nobody gets it. You know what? It's okay. You guys are going to catch up with my intelligence.
Yo, that's a good one.
It's a good fucking tweet, right?
There, bro.
Green, thank you, bro.
Let's
tips.
Let's touch tips. We'll Jeff Ross it. We'll Jeff Ross and what's the other guy's name? The legend?
David
Jew?
Tell.
David Tell.
Okay.
Bumping mics.
Bumping mics. We bump mics. That's a good one.
Bump mics, no eye contact while you do it. No eye contact. Yeah, dude.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, he fucking murdered them, bro. Like,
he murdered one guy, one girl, and then put one in the hospital.
Yeah.
Right?
I actually heard that he's a time traveler. That he traveled back in time, killed Bruce Lee's son in that last film, traveled forward in time, and all the stuff in the middle, just filler stuff, just to murder that cinematographer.
Wow.
Yep.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I was like, I wonder if he was like joking around.
No, that's 100% what it was, Kevin. I read the initial reports, and you know, Kevin and I and like Ani and all our comedy friends, because our lives are so terrible, we have a very good way of matrixing the way the whole scenario went off. The second I read just a little bit of info, I figured it all out, because they said it was in between shots.
Yep.
Okay? They were fucking around on set in between shots. And he was like, oh, I'm a cowboy, la 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 la. And he went bing bang, and he went, oh. And they fucking dropped like flies. The truth of the matter is, it's really the armorman's man's fault. The guy on set, there's an armor guy, and he's in control. I did a television show for Discovery Channel where I played a mobster, and like we did multiple scenes in Brooklyn with different types of guns and shit. It was no joke. They had an armor guy. It was two dudes who like had all the weapons. They showed you how to use them. They showed you what they do and how they could possibly be dangerous and how they couldn't hurt you at all. And there was a cop around the entire time. They probably like laxed shit because it's fucking Alec Baldwin. They're like, he's the boss and he runs the set.
He's like,
he probably just picked some shit up that they were using probably even for B. I bet you this is what it was. They had a really live, rounded gun that they were going to use for real shooting for B material. So they were going to take some shots of a guy shooting something with the real gun and take some B shots. And he picked up one of these guns without saying anything to anybody, but he's Alex, so no one's going to say, hey, dickhead, don't touch that. That's a real gun.
Yeah.
And he picked it up, and he was like, hey, I'm Alec Baldwin. Pang, pang. Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie daisy, I'm so anti-gun. Whoopsie daisy, irony bites me in my dick.
Shout out Alec Baldwin. Man.
Shout out Alec Baldwin. Really, Glengarry Glen Ross, best movie, bro.
Always be closing, bro. And you definitely closed those lives.
Yeah, he closed a chapter in that young child's life.
Damn, that's
yeah, the
fucked
kid,
up, bro.
yeah.
She had a kid?
Daddy, how did Mommy die?
Well,
Alec Baldwin killed him.
what?
You ever hear the message where he was yelling at his
Oh,
daughter,
can we pick
calling
that
her
up?
a
Calling her
fat
a fat
piggy,
pig?
you fat little piggy, you
Dude.
fat piggy. I am a
Can I tell you something?
murderer.
Can I tell you something?
Did you hear? Hold on. Did you hear about the thing? He has a tweet from some years ago where some cop,
Yeah,
in an altercation, he's like, "I wonder what it's like to accidentally cause manslaughter."
Never push it out in the universe, bro.
Found out, bro.
Found out, bro.
You found out,
I
buddy.
saw that tweet and I was like, damn, that's why you don't say shit like
Don't
that.
say. I would.
That's why you. First of all, that's never ever crossed my mind.
I wonder what it's like to get $1 billion from watching everybody else lose.
I wonder.
Put that out in the
Can you
universe.
feel me? Nah, I'm putting this shit out in the universe. We're gonna make fuck you money by next year. in
That's
comedy.
100%.
Can we play? If we play, will they be able to hear it?
That's his wife, the Santa Maria.
Hold on, let me see. If...
Yo, I mean,
She was fronting
can I
like she
tell you,
was Spanish.
if you talk to,
You
oh,
get
yeah,
shot. Honestly, that's why you get shot for fronting like you're Spanish.
Let me see if I can find the video.
I will say that I gotta say, fuck, I had it and it went away.
What do you got to say, Kevin?
What I gotta say?
Make something up, bro.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
What do you got to say about a man, okay, who goes around talking shit about arming yourself?
Does he?
He's a huge anti-gun guy. That's the whole irony of it.
Well, I mean, wow.
Listen, I'm not a pro-gun guy. I don't want a gun. I don't want to have a gun, but I'm an American.
You don't know what you're missing.
And I believe in America. And I believe in the...
I love guns.
Kevin loves guns.
I love guns.
Kevin has a rocket launcher underneath his bed.
I do.
I know you do. Me and Kevin took stock of inventory when
Yeah,
the
pulled out
pandemic
a
hit.
grenade.
I have a picture of a table, Ani, of all the weapons that Kevin and I could come up with in our apartment, just in case. We already scoped out local businesses with weak owners. By the way, no joke, Kevin. Yo, like, shit's gonna hit the fan.
You think so?
It's gonna hit the
You think
fan.
it's gonna hit the fan still?
First, have you been to the stores lately? Shelves are empty.
What?
Shelves are empty.
Yeah, the
What?
weather changed in New York and everybody's freaking out again.
No. There's about 500 boats off the coast of California that have been waiting to dock. There was a huge slowdown because of the vax mandate, so they closed the port. The port was supposed to be open 24 hours. It was open like 6 hours a day. There's thousands of tons of inventory that aren't coming into the shores, that it's taking long to process.
It's been like this for months since the Suez Canal.
Yeah, but it's getting worse and worse and worse. Like, we didn't really see it yet. I'm seeing it now. I've been seeing it for the last like 2 weeks.
Shit.
When you go to like Dwayne Reed or one of these places looking for like cleaning products,
I went
and
to
paper towels
I-
and shit.
My restaurant that I go to all the time, everything's up $3.
That's because the price of everything is up. Yeah, man. So, you know, about a couple years ago when this started, I told you, I was like, we need to figure out what our apocalypse positions
Well,
are
yeah,
going to
yeah,
be.
yeah.
And
Well,
Kevin and I figured it out. and
What
we're
is
like,
our
oh,
SOP?
Yeah.
What is a standing operating procedure in the apocalypse breakdown?
Where what part do we play? Who do we have to defend or murder?
Are you guys getting off the bridges or are you staying in New
No,
York?
no. Well,
Listen, man, you stay where you're comfy, bro.
Yeah.
And you know what? Everybody else
Stay where
around
you
me
know.
can leave.
Stay
It's a
where
good
you
idea
know.
for them to go.
yeah.
Because if it's the end of the world, you should probably move out because
It's
I'm next
the
door.
end of the world.
And I'm taking all
all
of
your
the stuff
belongings.
in your closet.
Closet.
You should run now because I have to feed my girlfriend and my son and my cat and my dog.
God damn.
And Kevin's hungry also and will kill you.
It's the end of the world as you know it.
And you're gonna die.
You're gonna die. Because you came to New York to follow your dreams.
If you're a time traveling Jew like myself, you should definitely show up tonight to the Producers Club for the Weed Expo because Kevin and I will be performing there.
we're going to be performing.
Is that tonight
That
or
is
the
tonight.
day this
Tonight,
comes
tonight.
out?
No,
It's
it's
tonight.
tonight.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. If you're if they're a time
If you're
traveler,
a time
they-
traveler.
Oh, right.
they can
gotcha.
see it, travel back,
I'm like, yeah, this is awesome.
stop
guys.
Hitler, and then also come and watch Kevin and I. But make sure you're following at It's Kevin Sanchez,
And Papa Sanchez on Twitter.
Papa Sanchez on Twitter. I'm at Joshua Pallid on everything. Make sure you follow the Mack Almanac, follow Doped Up and Dying, follow Mic'd Up NYC. We'll be here every week on Monday. We love you. Make sure you follow Too Much Content Studios because that's where the magic happens.
Yeah, toomuchcontent.live. Peep that for everything.
I just did Ani's podcast. She's doing her podcast.
Yeah, I'm
next
doing it
week.
next Friday.
Household.
Yeah, Household.
Household. Hawkshole. Hawks.
Household.
Yeah.
Hausaux.
There we go.
I love it. I love it. I love the Hawks.
Yeah,
All right, y'all.
We love you.
Cool.
If you feeling like a pimp.